Devin is awakened and sent to an empty room where he awaits the person he only knows as Doctor. Doctor needs to check Devin for progress and updates, as Doctor has noticed changes, good and bad, in Devin. The truth is, Devin is trying to progress in the way Doctor needs him to, but Devin has also fallen in love. And even though he has difficulties progressing or showing other emotions, he knows he is in love. Devin is void of any other feelings. It is why Doctor knows there is no need to apologize to Devin once the checkup takes place, as Doctor knows Devin will show no emotion about having to wait. "Hello, Devin," Doctor says, walking into the room. "Hello, Doctor," Devin responds. "I would apologize for my delay, but I already know that your understanding of my apology does not comply with you," Doctor tells Devin. "I understand you are late. I also understand that I am not the only one you need to check upon. Therefore, there is no need to apologize to me," Devin explains. Doctor grabs a clipboard and begins writing down a summary of the current conversation with Devin. This is the first time Doctor knows that Devin has shown understanding. Doctor jots a few more notes before putting the clipboard down to ignite another conversation with Devin. "Devin," Doctor begins, "I've noticed you have equal progression with your brother." "Avon, I've noticed you two progress in different categories. What are your thoughts on this?" "Well, Avon and I are brothers. Therefore, we excel in different things and complement one another. I know his speech is better than mine, yet I have better motor skills than he does. May I show you?" Devin extends his hand. Doctor removes a note page from the clipboard, hands the clipboard and pen to Devin. Devin takes the pen and begins drawing a picture. Once finished, Devin hands the clipboard and pen back to the Doctor. "I see you drew a picture of Casey," the Doctor observes. "May I ask why you chose to draw a picture of her over anyone else?" "I noticed you began drawing this the second I handed you the pen. You already knew you were going to draw her. She is always nice to me and mentions that I have a big heart. I apologize if my drawing isn't the best. It's hard to draw a glowing smile when my only tool is a black pen," Devin responds. "Devin, I asked why you chose to draw Casey over anyone here. Why did you choose to draw her?" Doctor asks once again. "Doctor, I did tell you why. I told you that she is always nice to me and talks about my big heart," Devin explains. "I'm nice to you," Doctor points out. "You are nice. However, I do believe you are upset with my current progression. You also never mention my big heart. Casey is the only one here to ever mention my big heart." Doctor grabs the notes from earlier, jots down a few more things. Truth is, Doctor believes that Devin and Avon should have further progressions than they currently do. However, Devin and Avon have progressed in areas that others have yet to, and that is why Doctor does not show any disappointments. The Doctor is curious as to why Devin enjoys Casey's presence more than others that visit him. The Doctor places the clipboard down, exits the room. Devin goes from observant to resting. Devin remains in the resting position until Doctor returns. Doctor opens the door and greets Devin. "Devin, I'm back," Doctor tells him. "I'm aware. Welcome back, Doctor." "I also brought a friend with me," the Doctor tells Devin. "Come on in." After the Doctor says come on in, Devin is greeted by Casey, his crush. Devin tries his best to greet Casey, but gets tongue-tied as he starts speaking. "Casey, how are you? Hi," an embarrassed Devin finally speaks. "Hi, Devin," Casey says to Devin as she puts her hand on Devin's chest. "There's that big heart of yours." Casey looks at Devin and smiles. "Thank you," Devin replies. "Devin drew this picture of you earlier today when I asked him to show me his improved motor skills." The Doctor grabs a drawing from the clipboard and hands it to Casey. Devin, I love it! Casey smiles and kisses Devin on the cheek. I have to work, but I will be back. Bye, Doctor. Bye, Devin. Casey exits. The doctor sees the look upon Devin's face and asks him, Devin, are you going into dream mode? Before Doctor can even realize those words, he just said, Devin activates dream mode. Dream mode activated. Devin slips into dream mode. Devin gets up and leaves the doctor alone in the room. He marches his way to Casey's office, opens the door without knocking. At first, Casey is upset, but once she sees it's Devin that's entering without an invitation, she settles down. Hello, Devin. How are you? Casey asks. I'm good now that I am alone in this room with you. Devin is straightforward with his intentions, making Casey blush in the process. Devin, those are some strong words. Are you trying to tell me something? A red-faced Casey asks. Yes, I am saying I want to spend more time with you alone, and not in this place, Devin says as he extends his hand to Casey. Casey does not hesitate. She grabs Devin's hand and the two of them leave, and within seconds they are in an open field at the local park. The first place Casey took Devin when trying to check his motor skills. This is where we first met. It has... Devin pauses as he isn't sure of the correct word to say. Value to me. I hope this place will have value for us, he says as he turns and looks at Casey in her bright blue eyes. I think you're trying to say something special to me, Devin. You told me I have a big heart. No one has ever mentioned my heart before. That is, until you came along. Devin says as his pitch gets higher and his heart rate begins to increase. Devin tries to think of the right words to say to her, but his mind keeps running blank. Devin stops thinking, grabs his crush by the waist, pulls her closer towards him. Devin decides to go for it and kisses her. As soon as their lips separate, Devin is looking at a blushing Casey. She is now at a loss for words. She smiles at him with her cheeks painted pink. She wants to tell him her feelings are mutual, but decides to kiss him once more. After another passionate kiss, Casey breaks the silence. I've always had feelings for you, Devin, she says as she leans in to kiss him on the cheek. I wish I could have told you about my feelings sooner. I thought telling you about how much I like your big heart was enough. I should have been more direct with you. We have right now, we have this moment, for me, for us. That is what matters, Devin responds. What do you want to do now, Devin? Casey asks. I only want to spend time with you as I hold you in my arms, Devin responds. Let's just go back to my place and watch some television while I'm loved by the warmth that is you. Devin leans in and kisses Casey once more. That time the sensation of their lips touching is euphoric. The feeling of time stopping as Devin is intertwined with his one true love. They spend the day together until she takes him home with her. The two of them are now together, alone in Casey's house. The two of them share some small talk before Casey puts on a movie. The two of them are only pretending to watch the movie because deep down, the two of them want intimacy with one another. After a few minutes of watching the movie, Devin moves closer to Casey, puts his arm around her. She quickly moves in closer and holds Devin's hand that's closest to her. After a few minutes of cuddling, Casey moves up and gives Devin a quick kiss. The two of them look at one another with love in their eyes. Devin brushes Casey's hair from her face, puts his hand on her face, noticing the smooth feeling of her skin. She smiles, he smiles, and that's when he moves in. This time the kiss is far more passionate than just a simple peck. He places his arms around her as the two are now lying on Devin's couch, not far from making love. Devin, Casey whispers into his ear. I'm all yours. Devin starts to lean in and kiss once more, but a voice stops him. Devin, the voice projects. What's wrong, Devin? Casey asks. I'm hearing voices. Devin! The voice lets out a louder projection. Devin does his best to ignore the voice, but it's too strong. Devin! The voice screams one more time. This time, Devin is no longer at Casey's house, cuddling with his crush. He is back in the room with Doctor, who is ready to run diagnostics. Devin, are you back? Yes, Devin responds. I am no longer in dream mode. Okay, I need to run some diagnostics on you and make sure you don't fall into dream mode when either of those words are said. Got it? Understood. Devin sits there while waiting for the diagnostics to run. After a few minutes, Devin says, Diagnostics complete. After the diagnostics are finished, Devin looks through the window and he sees Casey with a group of kids leading them on a tour. She's showing the kids Devin's brother, Avon. Devin's lip reading is minimal, but he can tell she respects his brother. She knows a kid raising their hand, and Casey is quick to answer questions for the child. She smiles and leads the kids into the next room. Devin's room. This kid's is Avon's twin brother, Devin, Casey says as she starts talking about Devin. How can robots have siblings? A child asks without raising their hand. Devin and Avon were made from the same metals and fiber optics. These two are the only ones that share material the other robots were made from other materials. Since Devin and Avon were made from the same metals, they are brothers. Casey turns her attention towards Devin. Isn't that right, Devin? Correct, Devin responds. Casey walks over to Devin and opens up his battery chamber, revealing the insides of the machine being on the table. This is Devin's operating system. As you can see, compared to the other robots you've seen today, Devin's operating system is much larger. You can say Devin has the biggest heart of any robot in this building. Casey looks at Devin and smiles before leading the kids to the dining area for lunch. Devin watches as his crush continues her job of showing others around the robotics building. He knows she's good at her job, but he still wishes for that one moment alone with her, to tell her how he feels. He wants to do more than just a basic drawing on a piece of paper. He wants her to know that even though he isn't human, he can love her better than anyone else. He wants to make her fall in love with him. Deep down, Devin just wants his mechanical dreams to one day become a reality.